Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about export settings for Adobe Premiere Pro. If you're editing in Final Cut Pro, Mark has a video for you down below. Click on the link. So let's get started. We're going to launch up Adobe Premiere Pro. I'm just going to open up an existing project that I have. So once you have your project finished, what I recommend you doing is going to the beginning of it, setting I for in point. You go to the end, you hit down on your keyboard to go to the end of any clip. You hit O for out point. We're going to go File, Export, Media. Now that we're in the export settings, the first thing you're going to want to do is change the format to H.264. The preset, we're going to make that YouTube 1080p for simplicity's sake. And the output name, now the output name's right, it's going to be tutorial 2, but a lot of times it won't save it to where you want it to be saved. You're going to want to open up YouTube, go to your folder, which mine is Premiere Pro Tutorials. And it usually saves to the project folder automatically because that's where the project was made. But we're going to save it to the export folder that you would have created if you watched that file structure video. Now we're going to hit save, and now it's delegating it to where it's going to save to. The only other thing I recommend changing is render at maximum depth, use maximum render quality, and that's really it for about now. Now notice that my project is only exporting 8 minutes of footage, and it's not exporting all this empty space. That's because all of that extra space wasn't within that input and output that I selected. Right now it's set to sequence in and out. If I didn't make those, it would have exported everything. Now my project is the first 8 minutes of the timeline, and then after that is extra footage that I wasn't sure if I wanted to use yet. So I kind of just left it in there, and I only want to export the in and out. So all I'm going to do is just hit export. And what I recommend is as soon as you finish exporting, always double check to make sure your video is in your export folder. It looks the way you want it to. Sometimes I rewatch most, or if not the whole thing, once it's exported, just to make sure everything came out exactly how I expected it to come out. And then, you can turn it over to your client or to your professor. All right, I hope that was helpful for you guys. Stay tuned for more editing tips and techniques by me and Mark.